The Galactic Council chamber fell silent as Commander Vex Thor of the Krillian Empire displayed the holographic data before the assembled representatives. 12 species, spanning 3 spiral arms of the galaxy, watched in collective unease as star charts flickered with red markers, each one representing a failed expedition to a small blue planet in the Outer Rim territories. 73 military fleets, Vex Thor announced, his chitinous mandibles clicking with frustration. Gone. Simply, gone. Ambassador Elsa Chen stood from the human delegation's platform, her calm demeanor a stark contrast to the anxiety rippling through the chamber. She was young for such a position, barely 30 Earth years, but her reputation preceded her. The humans had requested this emergency session themselves. With respect, Commander, Elsa said, her voice carrying effortlessly through the vast hall. They're not gone. We know exactly where they are. A wave of confusion swept through the council. Beside Elsa, Captain Jixon Torres stepped forward, his military uniform bearing the insignia of Earth's United Defense Fleet. His scarred face and measured movements spoke of countless battles, but his eyes held something the aliens couldn't quite interpret. Was it sympathy? The Zephrani delegate, a being of crystalline structures that refracted light in beautiful patterns, chimed in frequencies that translated through the chamber's systems. Impossible. Our tracking technology is flawless. When the Zephrani Fourth Armada approached your world 3 cycles ago, all signals ceased the moment they entered your system. Jixon activated his own holographic display. The image showed Earth rotating peacefully in the void, but as he expanded the view, gasps echoed through the chamber. Surrounding Earth's solar system like a vast graveyard were hundreds of ships, perfectly intact, floating in predetermined orbits. They're all there, Jixon explained. Every single ship that came to attack us. Weapons primed, crews alive, systems functional. We've been collecting them. Collecting? The word came from High Chancellor Mordek, a reptilian being whose species had ruled vast territories for millennia. Explain yourself, human. Elsa took a deep breath. This was the moment they'd been preparing for. 300 years ago, we detected your civilization's communications. We learned your languages, studied your cultures, and understood your laws. We discovered something troubling. In galactic law, an unprovoked attack on a non-council world is not just legal. It's encouraged. Resources for the taking. She paused, letting her words sink in. We also learned that humans possess something rare in the galaxy. You call it empathy. We call it understanding that every life has value, even our enemies' lives. Vex Thor's claws scraped against his console. You dare lecture us on morality while holding our people hostage? Not hostage, Jixon corrected firmly. Protected. Commander, what happens in your empire when a military fleet fails and survivors return home? The Krillian commander's silence was answer enough. The Zephrani delegate provided it instead. Failure is purged. Command staff are executed. Crew members are stripped of status and exiled. Exactly, Elsa continued. So when the first fleet came, the Tarkhan dynasty 47 years ago, we made a choice. We disabled their weapons using electromagnetic pulse technology. We boarded their ships not with soldiers, but with engineers and diplomats. We explained that if they returned home with tales of defeat, their own governments would kill them. She brought up images of massive orbital stations. We offered them an alternative. Live in comfortable stations around our solar system. Learn from us. Teach us about you. Wait until circumstances change that would allow them to return safely. The chamber erupted in chaos. Species were shouting in dozens of languages, their translation matrices struggling to keep pace. Silence. Mordek's roar cut through the noise. The High Chancellor's amber eyes fixed on Elsa. You expect us to believe humans are simply housing our warriors? Feeding them? Educating them? Out of kindness? Jixon stepped forward, his expression hardening. Not just kindness, Chancellor. Strategy. Every species that's attacked us has learned the same lesson. Humans don't just fight to win. We fight to ensure there's something worth winning for. What good is survival if we become monsters in the process? He pulled up personnel files, thousands of them. The Tarkhan officers who came 47 years ago? They're now teaching xenobiology at Luna University. The Krillian soldiers from the second wave? They helped us develop new agricultural techniques that increased food production by 40%. The Zephrani scientists? They're working in our fusion research facilities. Every person who came to destroy us, Elsa added softly, was given a choice: join us or wait safely until they could go home. 93% chose to stay and contribute. The others live comfortably waiting. We've never harmed a single one. Vexthor's mandibles trembled. The Third Fleet? My brother commanded that fleet. Commander Zekthor? Jixen nodded. He's alive and well. He actually runs a restaurant in New Tokyo, serves traditional Krillian cuisine. It's become quite popular. We can arrange a call if you'd like. The silence that followed was different this time. It was contemplative, shocked, and for many species, deeply uncomfortable. Ambassador Elsa looked around the chamber, meeting the eyes, or optical sensors or sensory organs of every delegate. We called this session not to threaten you, but to offer you a choice. Earth formally requests admission to the Galactic Council, not as conquerors, but as partners. We have thousands of your people living among us, thriving among us. They've sent testimonials which we're prepared to share. She straightened her shoulders. We've proven we can defend ourselves. We've proven we value life, all life, even those who come as enemies. Now we're asking, isn't it time the galaxy learned a different way? High Chancellor Mordak leaned back, his ancient eyes studying the young human ambassador with something approaching respect. And if we refuse? Jixen's smile was grim. Then we'll keep doing what we've been doing, protecting ourselves, protecting your people from your own laws, and waiting until you're ready to see us as equals rather than prey. But know this, Elsa added, her voice carrying steel beneath its gentleness. Every fleet you send becomes evidence of our capability and your cruelty. Every warrior who chooses to stay with us becomes a bridge between our peoples. Eventually, you'll run out of fleets before we run out of patience. The vote was called 3 hours later. Earth's admission to the Galactic Council passed by a single vote. As Elsa and Jixen left the chamber, the captain glanced at his companion. Think they'll actually change? Elsa smiled, accessing her communicator where messages from their rescued warriors flooded in. Congratulations in 73 different languages. They already are, Jixen, one person at a time. Outside, the stars shone unchanged. But for the first time in galactic history, they shone on a humanity that had won not through destruction, but through an unshakable belief that even enemies deserved a chance at redemption. Nada.